Hey, everybody, welcome to another fantastic edition of Media Night here on the Omnibus Collectors Network. Great way to start the show with all of you wonderful people out there tuning in. Omnibros Live, your home for all the news about comics, collected editions, movies, TV shows, games, all that fun stuff. You find it on a Wednesday night. It's your boy here, Geo, still petitioning for an Inhumans omnibus. We're strong. We're gonna do it next year. You'll see it. It's gonna be awesome. And I'm joined by the always great comics guy, Lou. How you doing, man?
What's up, man? How's it going?
Not much. I've been awake since 4:30 in the morning, so I am running on power save motor engines right now in my
Ooh.
head.
What time do you usually kind of get up?
I always wake up at 6.
Really? Oh
But I
man.
had some stuff to do super early, so I had to wake up before that. So it
Yeah.
was like 4:30, and I'm like, I shouldn't be up, but I need to. So I woke up
Yeah. I'm
and
tip-
then work and then all that stuff. Now I'm here doing this. So at some point during this show, I might just crash. Just a heads up, it might happen. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm typically a 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning because none of my family's up. And
Yeah.
once you have a family, you're married, you have a kid and stuff like that. Your own you time is very limited.
Mm,
Uh, so that's kind of my time to kind of do my thing, get ready for work,
yeah.
read, get what I need to get done, and let the ball roll. So about 5 in the morning is usually when I get up, and I usually go to bed around 10:30.
That sounds about right. Love it. The problem is for a content creator, I do consider myself a content creator.
Mm-hmm.
I have two separate YouTube channels. The thing is, these days, since I'm waking up so early, a couple years ago, I would save all that energy for nighttime and I would create a bunch of stuff and
Yeah,
videos and all that. Now, after I'm done with this, I'm just ready to clock out. I am tired. And sometimes I force myself to stay up till like midnight to see if I have that muse to work on videos. And no, I'm like, that's because that schedule of 6 a.m. and two, getting older sucks. But wow,
yeah.
I miss being able to stay up to like 1 or 2 a.m. No
Jesus.
problems.
On average, about how much sleep do you get a night, man? 6 hours, 7 hours?
I always do 6 hours, which isn't great. It should
Yeah,
be at least 7, and it really does make a difference when it's 7. I've I've um, I've done the 7 hour thing, and I wake up just fine. I do
mm,
6, and I'm still a bit groggy for an hour after I wake up.
yeah, yeah. I find that I'm a lot like you, especially in my 30s now, where I need to get those 7 hours of sleep or seven-ish hours
Yeah,
of sleep.
yeah,
It used to be in my 20s, man. I could go 2 or 3 days with just 4 or 5 hours of sleep at night, and I'd be okay. I would crash on that fourth day really bad,
yeah.
but I can't do that stuff anymore.
But you know who can find you the best deals for all the cool books? Because we are going to talk about some Marvel stuff and some Marvel properties, not necessarily Marvel superheroes, but still books that relate to Marvel. That is, of course, the wonderful In Stock Trades, your official sponsor of Omnibros Live here on the Omnibus Collectors Network, your home for all things collected editions, your one stop shop for all your favorite books, omnis, trade paperbacks, hardcovers, manga, and so much more. Up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts tack on an extra 2% to that. And if you place an order of $50 or more, you get free shipping. That's In Stock Trades. IST, as the boys like to say, your home for all things collected editions, the official sponsor of Omnibros Live here on the Omnibus Collectors Network. And I want to do something a little bit different before I end the plug here. Last Monday, I didn't have the 50% off stuff, but we still got a whole freaking week and we can promote the 50% off book. So let me share my screen here so you can see I'm gonna say I called it. If you go back to Monday's show, I said Deathstroke and the Marvel Masterworks Daredevil are going to be 50% off, or well, not 50, but you know what I mean, are going to be discounted, because that's usually the case with the Marvel Masterworks. But Deathstroke, it's a hot title, it's a hot character, and so kudos to me. I know nobody else cares, but I'm happy about it. Here you can see from In Stock Trades all the deals of the week. Deathstroke 50% off. The Fourth World by Jack Kirby box set 50% off. And Commandi trade paperback volume 1 also 50% off. The Daredevil hardcover, you got the regular edition and the variant 46. But you know what? If you place an order, you get an extra 2% to that. So you make a second order and you get the Daredevil book at 48% off. That is wonderful.
Damn good deal.
Look at all the new releases as well. In Stock Trades, guys. Go check them out. All that fun stuff.
That video game cat thing, that Dark Horse was promoting that heavily this past week.
What am I doing? Hold on. There we go. The cat manga, the cat gamer cat something.
Yeah.
I haven't read it. Seems super wholesome. I do want to check it out. Yeah, there we go. Already you got a question. Lou, do you head back to work this week or next week? All the schools went back to this week. All the schools here went back. You get the picture.
Yeah. No, well, I started a new position at in the district. I'm still working within the school system, but I'm not in a classroom anymore. I actually have like an office space and stuff like that. It's actually really nice and everything.
Does the door have your name on it?
No.
Dang it. That's coming soon. But
no.
That's gonna be awesome when they do that.
It's not even. It's like more of a corner than an office space or anything else. But
baby steps.
Baby steps. It's I like it. It's a new gig. It's just kind of getting used to the whole office environment and stuff like that. I was telling Gio off the stream that the biggest change for me has been I'm used to wearing Jordans, jeans, and t-shirts like 99% of the time, and having to actually dress up for a job has been like, oh man, I really don't like wearing button-up shirts and tucking in my shirt and wearing dress shoes all the time. But hey, it's more money. The hours are not bad, so and it's closer to home.
Great.
I've been wanting to get out of the class. Well, I've been wanting to get out of the classroom for years at this point. So.
Marvel Bab, thank you for joining. Same with Rafael. Good evening, chaps, and the bros in the house. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Aku. So after the last conversation with you guys, I started watching Static Shock, Ben 10, so underrated, and the morning show, so good. Nice. I've only seen Static Shock out of those three, and it's awesome. I used to love Static Shock back in the day.
Yeah, Static Shock was great. Static Shock was one of those really formative cartoons. I really liked his outfit. They redesigned him from Milestone stuff to fit a more modern audience, and I gotta be honest, I enjoy the redesign more than the original design of Static Shock.
Yeah. There was one of the writers tweeted about something. Did you hear about that? The Static Shock, that they got a pretty big royalty check because they used something from that on Sandman on Netflix.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Get that money, man.
Yeah. Cleveland Brown, you work in a cubicle like us. Welcome, Office Drone number 1535. Not necessarily a cubicle.
It's not a cubicle, though. That's the thing. It's not really a cubicle.
Sorry. Suit up, Lou.
Yeah. I'm not a suit up kind of
guy. By the way, I titled this episode wrongly because I just realized I left one of the funniest things out of the description for this episode, and that is the whole Pennyworth thing, which people have been making a lot of memes and stuff on Twitter. So if you guys don't know, I'm not going to review Pennyworth. We're not going to talk about it. I don't care about that series. But since apparently obviously it did well to warrant more episodes, another season or whatever, that started on Epix, and then it got moved to the DC app, and then when it folded into HBO Max, so now it's on HBO Max. It's getting another season, and they decided to retitle the show. And what was it that I wrote on our chat?
I don't even remember. Can
Right.
I be honest? I thought this was canceled. I
Oh
didn't
no
even.
no. I kept up with it. It got good views. Pennyworth season 3 is now titled Pennyworth: The Origin of Batman's Butler. That is the dumbest subtitle for a show that I've ever seen. I mean, what? Clearly, it's because they want to attract more viewers
Yeah.
that might not be aware of Alfred's full name. So maybe Pennyworth by itself was not working, so they added um, the origin of Batman's butler to it. I don't know.
I, I honestly thought this was canceled after season 2 because it's been years since I think I've heard anything about this series. I didn't even know it got a season 3 on HBO Max. So we got Pennyworth, but we can't get Batgirl.
Exactly.
Really?
Also, a lot of projects I just read are on the verge of being canceled on HBO Max.
Yeah.
They haven't said anything, but nothing has happened production wise. Like the Superman project with I can't remember which of the directors they announced. Was it J.J. Abrams or Michael B. Jordan? One of the two. I don't know.
It was Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan's project. I was his Superman stuff. Val Zod's.
Yeah.
Earth 223, whatever.
Yeah, but that was always speculation. That was always kind of like rumor, and but I think he did confirm that they were kind of working on something, but who knows at this point.
So HBO Max, kind of maybe canceling shows. Who knows?
Yeah.
Pennyworth debuted back in 2019 on Epix, like I mentioned earlier. Second season, January 2020, and now the third season, The Origin of Batman's Butler, 2022.
Yeah, nobody asked for this.
The Green Lantern core series is still alive, but I also heard, the Static thing might be canceled as well. The Static Shock adaptation and something else. Let me check that out real quick.
Who knows where this is going on? Like the whole Discovery merger and stuff like that has really kind of put a wrench in a lot of stuff that we really wanted to see over the next few years, and now a lot of stuff is kind of in limbo. As this Zaslav guy, I think is what it is, who's going to be the head of everything. Discovery and HBO and all that stuff. Who knows what's going to happen? I think he said that they're going to be cutting a lot of the scripted content from HBO Max, and you're going to get a lot of reality TV show stuff. So like the Chip and Joanna Gaines stuff, a lot of fixer-upper stuff.
I don't know. We'll see. There's an article here that says, obviously they mentioned that they want to do like a 10-year film plan for the DC stuff, but the TV shows that are still safe include Harley Quinn, Titans, which is still ongoing. I had no idea. Doom Patrol, Peacemaker. Here's a photo of Pennyworth. With is that supposed to be like Mr. Freeze? What's up with this image? Hold on, let me. You know the one. Can you guys tell me what is happening in this photo? Who is that with the blue tubes? Is that supposed to be World War II Mr. Freeze? What's happening there?
This is still ongoing. We're getting a season 3 of this, but we're not getting Batgirl with Brendan Fraser as Firefly.
Yeah. So
What the fuck?
Pennyworth, they were thinking of doing a Strange Adventures anthology series.
Yeah.
That got canceled too. I think I don't know. It's all a mess. We'll see what happens. If they
What
announce it and we get a trailer for it, then I'll believe it.
what are the odds? I know it's technically not finished, so it would be a really rough cut because they probably I think they got it in a post production and they were still working on the effects and stuff. What are the odds we see that Batgirl film probably 10 years down the road kind of hit the high seas?
I I said on last week's show, it wouldn't surprise me later, many years from now, if because that material belongs to WB. That's sealed up in their vault. Wouldn't surprise me if down the line they go back and say like, "Hey, how about we release it on like home media? Like, here's your limited chance to own the Batgirl on Blu-ray, 4K, whatever."
Yeah.
I could see them doing that at some
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. Or, it hits the high seas. I
Or
mean,
the yeah, yeah.
this stuff has leaked before. I mean, take a look at Deadpool. The whole reason we got that first Deadpool film is because somebody leaked that Deadpool trailer that went viral, and everybody went, "What the fuck? Why is this not being made into a movie?" And it was made into a movie. I still think that was probably Ryan Reynolds and crew that dropped that
Yeah,
online.
probably. Next matchup. Thank you for joining. The Abrams Superman film. WB has been confirmed. Oh, that was the Abrams Superman film. Thank you.
Yeah.
WB has been confirmed to be trying to woo Cavill back. Blah, 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 blah. Cavill turned them down for now, likely because of the creative lineup and the script aren't good enough yet, or the payout and long. Yeah, it's going to be a tug of war between studios, directors, actors, money, contracts. So hopefully it does work out.
Yeah, it's all this, yeah, the whole a lot of it is involving a lot of people are saying, hey, it's taxes, it'll be a write-off and all this other stuff. Some people are saying again, some people are saying because they have inside sources that the Batgirl movie really is that bad that it's just unsalvageable. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's that bad that they won't put it out and they lost.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, I mean, the WB has put out some really, really bad stuff in the last few. I mean, Jesus Christ, we got Morbius from Sony like a year ago. Sony put that out.
It can't be as bad as Morbius.
They put it out twice.
Twice.
Sony
Yes.
put it out twice.
Also, I think I didn't mention it last week, but it came out on some news site. Black Adam and Batgirl both tested once, and they got around the same type of reception.
Yeah.
Yet Black Adam is still coming out. So I don't kind of believe the whole narrative of it's so bad, that's why they took it out. I don't know.
It's a tax write-off. I bet it's a tax write-off, honestly. I
Tax
think
write-up time, baby. Yep.
I think the downside is, and I think what kind of sucks is that it's a Latina-led film. It's, and we don't tend to get too many of those, especially in like a big action
And the
character
Batman
piece.
family.
Yeah, and in the Batman family. So I'm like, damn it, that kind of sucks,
Yeah. At least we're gonna get Blue Beetle next year. That's still confirmed.
Are
For now.
we?
For now. For now, at least.
Because that dude might show up and he goes, "We're spending how much
On
on
Blue
a
Beetle movie?
Mexican Blue Beetle? On a Mexican guy in a knockoff Iron Man suit that's blue? Nah, cut this. We're not putting this out."
You would think, and I've always said it. I know Blue Beetle's more than that, but you would think they would have a winning combination in their hands. Blue Beetle, you could pitch it as Iron Man meets Spider Man meets Venom,
Yeah,
all in one movie.
yeah,
You would think they would have done that a lot sooner.
yeah. No, Blue Beetle should be a home run. That should. You've got. I'm not saying make Iron Man 1, but make Iron Man 1
Hmm. But
more or
with
less.
a teenage superhero twist.
Yeah, which they got to be looking at Ironheart, and that's coming out soon, and just going, yeah, we got to beat this to the punch.
Yeah. Did you see that they revealed spoilers? I guess I don't know.
Mm.
Ironheart is going to feature the Hood in the series.
Really?
And the actor, they leaked a photograph online on set with the hood, and people were complaining. I'm like, that's literally the character. What are we complaining about? It's a guy with a hood, with a magical hood thing. Come on, guys. I don't know.
Oh my god, people will just complain about anything these days, bro.
Batgirl will end up in bootleg version like the Corman Fantastic Four
Yeah.
movie. Probably.
I've said this for years, but the best thing, one of the best things, and one of the worst things that happen to us as a society is social media, because it makes everybody think that their voice is the most important thing in the world, when really it's minuscule. Even if you have 1 million+ followers, your voice is in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. Yeah. Take that conversation out of the computer and it's totally different in real life.
No, nobody gives a 99% of the stuff that people bitch and moan and complain about and all these trends online, nobody cares about in real life.
Yeah.
Nobody does. Nobody's walking around going, "Oh man, did you see what happened this week? Oh my god." You saw what was trending yesterday on Twitter? This dude slept with this? No, nobody
No.
gives a
Yeah.
shit.
I wasn't excited for the Blue Beetle show or movie, but his role on Young Justice made me a fan. He's great in Young Justice. I love the character. They really fixed him up dialogue wise.
Yeah.
I know Gabe always makes a joke that he got upset because it was all the lines had essay in it, and it just got really annoying.
They didn't
But
like that.
after his appearance, I think it was season 2, season 3 onwards, they dropped that, and he's more normal in his mannerisms and speaking.
Yeah, a lot of writers tend to use that as shorthand for being like, "Yep, this character he's Latino or Latina
Yeah.
or Hispanic." Yeah, they use that as like they think we all say Chico or
Chico.
ese and stuff like that, when really none of us really say
It's
that.
just a certain demographic group or
Yeah.
whatever. And even then, not that much.
Yeah.
James says, just look at Scoop, a holiday haunt. It's also canceled. I saw that. That is the most badass thing. And they still recorded the score for it because they had already paid for the studio time and the musicians. So they're not going to let that go to waste. So they recorded the score for the movie.
Yeah, might as well. Yeah, of course.
And it's an animated movie. At some point, they can go back and release the thing.
Yeah.
Especially Warner Brothers, because they put out a million freaking Hanna-Barbera themed things on DVD and Blu-ray. So, Blue Beetle film scenes in Puerto Rico. Yeah, almost all of it.
You took photos.
I didn't take photos. I found them on a Twitter, not Twitter. Oh my gosh, Reddit. It was a DC Reddit subgroup or whatever.
Yeah. You're gonna see Geo in the background of Blue Beetle holding an Inhumans, petitioning for Inhumans omnibus.
Marvel petitioning for any Inhumans omnibus. So people are gonna think, oh, Marvel exists as a comical company in the DC universe. Cool. Speaking of movies, actually no. Let me transition another way. Speaking of Marvel. Today, we saw the premiere of everybody's most anticipated Phase 4 property, and that is, of course, the I Am Groot American animated series of shorts on Disney+. And I have the honor and privilege of watching that before going live here tonight. And there's nothing to say because it's only 5 shorts, and they're all 5 minutes long. So basically you're watching 30 minutes of little baby Groot. Some of the shorts are set after the first Guardians movie. Others are set after the second Guardians movie and stuff like that. And others, I think, are in... actually, most of them are in that time frame because you don't see teenage Groot. Great animation, and I'm still dumbfounded that they found a way to bring Vin Diesel back to voice this freaking tree when you literally have a sound bank from 2 Guardians movies and his appearances in Avengers, and you still wanted to record Vin Diesel saying "I am Groot" for the millionth time.
take half of Vin Diesel's salary, give it to you, and you could do the same thing that they paid Vin Diesel with the
Right.
computer.
Right.
You,
This is very important. I should mention this. Spoiler: Alf shows up in the final one. Groot is in the final short. He wants to make like a picture of his family, the Guardians of the Galaxy, and he finds an Alf Marvel comic and rips the one of the pages and uses a paper to draw the portrait or whatever. So yeah, technically Alf did show up in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
oh my God! Wow.
The I Am a Groot creators are based. Alf finally makes an MCU debut. Yeah, yeah, we gotta. Let's see if I can find a picture of it because I thought that was pretty funny. Vin Diesel
Means
probably recorded his lines over the phone in his closet. Probably.
You got me for 10 minutes.
They want authenticity. They don't do voice lines from previous years. Yeah. But it was cute. I dug it. I dug the shorts. They're pretty funny. At least three of them I really liked and laughed out loud. The other two were okay, just standard stuff. But it was cute. You guys got like 30 minutes to burn. It's a quick, fun little thing.
Does it look like they put money into the visual effects? Does it look good?
Yeah, yeah. Above what you would expect from a special on Disney Plus. Like I see it fitting in between like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, that type of CG.
Oh, cool. Good stuff.
Does somebody have a picture? Yes, there's a picture of Alf. Uh, hold on. Oh, you can't really see it, can you? Uh, you can't really see it, but I'm gonna share it here. No, it doesn't work like that. You can't see it. You just see his leg. Um, they used the fourth issue of Alf, which should be this cover right here. Share screen. So this is the scene where he finds the comic. You can see Alf there.
Wow.
And in the actual short, you see the full picture, but this is the cover that they highlighted. Alf number 4, the
Somewhere right now,
fantastic fur to the rescue. So you can see it
somewhere
right
now,
there.
Jess and Omar are pissed.
I think his fan base needs to remind him of this momentous occasion on his show because I don't think he's going to watch I Am Groot. So, guys, if you follow Omar, let him know in his shows whenever he goes live or whatever that Alf is now canon to the MCU. Therefore, there's a probability that they might do an Alf omnibus 100 years from now. But we can't get an Inhumans omnibus because that's just how the world works.
Yeah, I feel like an alpha bus is just right around the corner.
Ooh, the Alpha Bus. Oh, I like that. That sounds great.
Alpha bus.
Nice.
Thanks, man.
Was James Gunn involved in those shorts? He is an executive producer on it.
Yeah. I think James Gunn is gonna cut tail after Guardians, and you're never gonna see him do another Marvel movie. I think he's 100% done with everything involving Marvel. I think he's probably got a lot more creative freedom at DC, and DC is probably like, yeah, okay. Peacemaker was a monster of a hit of a show. Yeah, do whatever you want, man.
Thank you to James who sent me this just now. Thank you so much, buddy. That's the scene from the short. So, I mean, this obviously is a low res picture, but I think it looks pretty decent animation wise. It fits with the movies.
Yeah, you guys involving James Gunn, you guys got to remember that Gunn, before that whole fiasco happened a few years ago with him wearing the priest costume and stuff like that, would the script for Guardians 3 was done. James Gunn has had that done for years. They were ready to start shooting. We should have had Guardians 3 already. That should have been, I think, this year.
Yeah.
or this might have been last year. If it wasn't for COVID, we would have had it last year. But that whole thing happened, and Gunn went on to make a badass Suicide Squad movie, and he made the Peacemaker show, which was huge, absolutely huge for HBO Max. And I think there might be still a little bit of bad blood. That I think that there's probably even a little bit of bad blood still there, and I wouldn't blame Gunn if he just wanted to, he wanted to finish out his trilogy. He wanted
Yeah.
to do the last Guardians movie that he already wrote the script for, and he wanted to do it in his terms. And then he's gonna bow out. I think you'll never see him do another Marvel movie after this.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, I agree 100%. Marcelo says it already happened. Oh, he was live today. Damn it. I missed that. I'm going to have to go back and see the reaction.
Yeah, but that means you got to watch his show. And
I don't want to watch the show.
yeah,
I'm seeing the episode on my sub feed, and it's about Epic Collections, and I don't really care about Epic Collections. Sorry.
yeah.
So, no, I'm out. I'm pretty sure Gunn is not involved. Yeah, Laporte, you're right. Created the show. So James Gunn is only listed as executive producer, probably just a consultant. Gunn said that he had to change the Guardian script because Thor was in the first half of the movie.
I would have loved to have seen that.
This was supposed to come out before Thor 4. So I imagine they had to reshuffle some stuff in the plot. I'm really looking forward to that because Adam Warlock is finally showing up, and we're getting more of finally Cosmo, the space dog,
Oh yeah.
will be an actual character, not just a cameo like in the first movie. So I'm really excited about that.
Did you see that people were pissed online because it's voiced by a woman?
People need to grow up and realize that when you're doing voiceover work, if you do children's voices and pet voices, 95% of the time it's women doing those voices because of the vocal range of men and all that stuff after puberty.
Dude, the lady that goes, there's a lady that goes to my church. She does the voiceover for Timmy Turner in Spanish on Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
And which one, baby? Yeah, she does a whole bunch of stuff. She does anime, she does South Park, she does voiceovers for all that stuff. Yeah. But
Awesome.
she primarily speaks Spanish, so she does the Spanish voiceover. Yeah, people need to get over that stuff. Come on. It's it's a fucking voice. I mean, Jesus Christ.
People are dumb.
Of a fictional character.
Of a dog. It's a dog in space. It's not like you're voicing a historical figure. It's a dog in space that has the ability, because he was probed by aliens, he has the ability to communicate telepathically with everybody and talk. And you're going to complain. Shut up. Get out of here with that nonsense. Alf was already established as canonical by way his annual #1 Evolutionary War tie-in, as confirmed by one of the official handbook of the Marvel Universe updates. I meant like MCU stuff, you know what I mean. But you're right, next Maginaut. Everyone knows all dogs are boys and all cats are girls. J.J. Abrams won't be happy about that. Oh, the James Gunn. Should James Gunn become Feige? No, they should find somebody else.
Yeah, let James Gunn do what James Gunn wants to do in the DC universe. Just let him create whatever he wants to create.
In Arkham City, the motion capture movements for Harley are done by a guy. Did not know that. Interesting. Why isn't every fictional character a white straight male?
It's a damn shame. It should be. Yeah. Hey.
What are you gonna do?
Stuff to tell
so the other thing that we wanted to talk about, we didn't do it last week because we had no show on Friday, but Prey finally came out, the new Predator movie, and I loved it. Fantastic. And I really got a kick out of certain people getting annoyed by it online over the weekend. I thought that was the funniest and dumbest thing I've ever seen on
Oh,
Twitter. So, yeah.
it feeds my soul every single time. We've discussed this on the show before. This shit isn't even creative anymore. Like the first few times, I was like, okay, yeah, get that bag, get the money from these idiots that click on these hate videos and stuff like that. Do you? But now you guys are just lazy. If it involves a female character that's the main protagonist at this point, all of these guys complain and whine and bitch and moan about the same fucking thing
Don't they get tired?
every time.
They don't got anything else to do?
It's not even creative anymore. It's all the
No.
same shit.
Yeah.
And you can almost set your watch to it every single time. You know the YouTube channels, you know the content creators that do it.
Yeah.
And it's just dumb and tiring at this point. I will say, fuck yeah, that movie's amazing. I fucking love Prey.
Really good.
That was the shot in the arm that this franchise needed. Oh my god.
Now they're talking about 2 sequels or something like that. I'm like, whoa, calm down. Let's do 1 first, not 2. Prey was absolute awesome. Why wasn't it in theaters? I think you have to blame the current world thing with cinema and the fact that I know Lou likes the Predator movie from 2018, but that kind of sank the IP down.
Yeah.
So the studio probably wasn't too optimistic about a theater release.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate because this would have been great in movie theaters.
Oh, this is Hulu's biggest film
Ever. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Biggest streamed thing on Hulu of all time.
Yeah. I can almost guarantee you they showed up Monday morning, a few execs going, why the fuck did we not release this in theaters? It would have cleaned up.
They did. Go ahead. Sorry.
They have explained their reasoning behind it, which was they want to focus on their streaming platform and putting big stuff on their streaming platform, and they felt this was the right fit. But I'm telling you, I kind of have to wonder if they showed up Monday morning and just went, fuck.
Maybe I think, what if, I don't know how the licensing works for streaming, but what if they work something out like opposites? Instead of like theater first and then a couple months later in the streaming, why don't they do that and do the streaming now and then maybe a limited release at some point a couple months from now?
Yeah.
Probably super difficult to do because of licensing, but just a thought.
Yeah, well, there's been a lot of stuff that's been kind of coming out online and stuff like that I've been reading. Apparently, the original idea was for this to just be dropped on Hulu, and they had not announced that it was a Predator film, and just let word of mouth catch fire. I know I would have loved that. Can you imagine though? You wake up and you're like, oh, what's this thing? Prey? Okay, yeah, it looks pretty cool. And then halfway through, you're like, oh my god, it's the fucking Predator.
I will say it would have worked somewhat because I know of some people that even though the movie's already out, they still had no idea that Predator. I'm like, really? Okay. You didn't see any of the trailers, any of the buzz online? Okay. So I think it might have worked to see to have seen those reactions.
Man, and the other thing was originally, apparently, they were going to film this with Comanche being the native language and having them subtitle it.
And they should have done that.
Oh, they should have done that. I would have loved it because that was one of the things where when I first started watching it, I was like, they're all speaking English. This is kind of taking me out of it. I know it shouldn't bother me that much, but it was taking me out of it because I'm like, I know they probably would not be speaking English. They would probably be speaking their native tongue. So that did take me out of it. There is a Comanche dub that you can watch the film in, but it's a dub. They did not film any additional scenes or anything like that where they were acting, speaking the lines in Comanche, which really sucks, man. That's the only thing that I have against it, is I really wish they filmed this thing in Comanche. They
should do what Split did for Unbreakable movie. Spoiler. That would have been a fun twist.
That would have been great, man. No, I love this film. I it's right up there, dude. I think it's almost as good as the OG Predator for me.
I personally think, like, first one is my favorite, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I don't think it can top it because of nostalgia and just whatever the legacy behind that movie. But I think Prey's right friggin' there, and I said that last Monday. It's right there. I love them both to death.
Yeah.
I actually made a ranking, and it's super easy to rank these movies because the quality is not that great on most of them. So for me, my ranking would be Predator 1,
Yeah.
Prey, Predator 2, uh,
AVP.
Predators,
Mm.
AVP, AVP 1, AVP 2,
Wow.
or actually, it's interchangeable. The Predator and then AVP 2 at the bottom. I hate with a burning passion Alien versus Predator Requiem. I think that was just horrendous. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
it's
I couldn't
terrible.
see it. I couldn't see a damn thing in theaters. I couldn't see a damn thing on DVD and Blu-ray. I don't like that movie. It was. Ugh.
I think it's right up there with the yeah. No, I genuinely believe it's right up there with the original.
Disney released Prey on Hulu because Fox had a deal with HBO Max for the theatrical releases to go to HBO. Disney didn't want Prey on HBO, so he skipped theaters. There you go. Razor Ramen coming back with the strong. I love that username.
Yeah,
I
really
agree with
good.
your ranking. Thank you. Thank you so much.
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
Aku is displeased. I love that Aku gets so
He gets
visceral.
passionate. He gets
I
very passionate.
love that. I love you. Thank you so much for doing what you
My
do.
man gets really passionate. Yeah, no, that I stand to it. No, I 100% stand to it. I think the original Predator is a classic, and it's fun for what it is. You know, it's kind of cheesy in the '80s action movie sense. I have nothing against it, but goddamn, I fucking love this movie, dude. I
I
really
loved
do.
I loved in Prey when they recited some of the lines from the original and they snuck them
Yes,
in there. I'm like,
yes,
yes, it's not. I needed that in the freaking movie.
but it worked,
They're
and the reason
iconic lines and they worked.
yes,
Yes.
but it worked because it wasn't like they froze the camera on the character and go,
Oh yeah, no, no.
you know, they worked it in really well into the scene that it was happening, and they didn't dwell on it. They kind of moved past it real quick, so it worked. I love the little Easter egg with the gun from Predator 2. I was like, oh, you sons of bitches, you squeezed in, you were able to fit that in there to make it work. I love
How,
that.
how do you feel about the Easter egg? I thought that was great. However, now I'm worried about the rest of the tribe because if you watch Predator 2, the Predator gang has the gun. So I assume they came back and killed everybody and got the gun again. So I want to know what happened there.
Okay, so there is an explanation why this Predator looks different than what it is. The costume designer went into like explicit detail. I screenshot it because I sent it to my brother, and basically, the reason why this Predator looks the way it does is genetic isolation with different environmental pressures yields a variant of the Yucha. I never know how to say the friggin' species name.
Uh,
Adapted to a drier climate, thinner, waxier dreads, thicker oral tissue, a scalier skin for moisture retention, favors crushing bite for a different diet. Breathes primarily through the spiracles in the cask, not those big two cavities that are heat sensitive pits. An adaptation for a less jungly, less oxygenated atmosphere. Thicker brow houses heat sensitive organs, which the mask is designed to interface with. Thinner cask loses less water. Bone has a special cultural significance. He's talking about the helmet to the feral subspecies. Not only their armor, but as a diet staple. A careful look at the mouth reveals molars outfitted for
wow.
osteophagy. They put in a lot, a lot of thought into this particular predator design, and I gotta be honest, it's my favorite design. I love this design. The minute NECA drops a figure of this, I have to have it because
You know
it's,
they already got the license for that. They're working on it.
dude, it is my favorite design. one of the things that I love about this is that I was thinking while we were watching it, I'm like, how is the dude with the shoulder cannon gonna be like worried about the guy with a little bow and arrow? And it shows, oh, this is a predator species that it's backwards in time. It's set in the 1700s. They haven't really gotten the whole shoulder cannon thing down.
Yeah, they're
Some
also primitive as well.
yeah, some of their stuff is a little bit more primitive. So when you see the three dots that are just such a trademark of the Predator, and you see the three dots start splitting and moving around, I'm like, this is different. And then you see the spikes start shooting out, I'm like, okay, that's really cool. That's badass that they did that. The shield is awesome. They do so much cool shit with the shield, man.
Yep. The Tabe versus Predator sequence was incredible. I like how most of the Comanche were capable warriors. That was awesome. Even the Comanche warriors that you don't like in the movie, they still kicked ass somewhat before being kicked in the ass by the Predator. I think Prey is better than the original. The God of War influence on the action scenes was awesome. Can't wait to see what Trachtenberg makes next. 10 Cloverfield Lane was great too.
And man, here's the thing. I don't give a fuck. I still want it in Comanche. That's all I gotta say about that long term. I don't care. I still would have preferred it.
I mean, I said this last Monday, I think. Did I say the last Monday? I don't know. I'll say it again. Who cares? If you added the French actors speaking French with no need for subtitles, you could have done the whole Comanche original dialogue as a separate film.
Yeah.
As long as Predator 2 isn't people's top 3 Predator movies, close number 3, not a distance number 3. I'll tell you what, Predator 2 is goofy as hell. That is the only Predator movie that has gangs, people like the main cast sweating their asses off because of the heat wave in LA in the future.
Yeah.
It had a sex scene thrown in. I'm like, what? What? I mean, I don't mind the fan service in that regard, but what does that have to do with an action alien movie to see people having sex in a Predator movie? I don't know. I thought, is it going to be like Friday the 13th? Is Jason going to show up? What's happening here? But it was such a fun, goofy movie. I love Predator 2. I love them all, even though some of them are not great.
I have a soft spot for pretty much all of it. I think Predator 2 is not that bad. I really enjoy Predator 2. And man, again, I don't give a fuck. I don't think you understand what I'm saying. I don't care.
In a world where we got Apocalypto, there was no reason for Comanche. That is also true. We did get Apocalypto fully subtitled in theaters and a home media release.
Yeah.
People don't want to read subtitles. Well, that's their business. But they could have done that. They could have put that.
I loved Apocalypto. I don't think
yeah.
I think that's stuck on Blu-ray. I don't think we've ever gotten a 4K version of Apocalypto. I don't even know if it's on a Blu-ray.
It did get announced. Hold on. Now I'm curious as well. I need to watch that movie again. Apocalypto was stuck on
DVD, wasn't it?
DVD, and the Blu-ray came out July of 2020. So it doesn't have a 4K.
Yeah.
But it did get a Blu-ray 2020. So yeah. I had that movie on DVD, or I still have that movie on DVD. I need to upgrade. Grace, also the first blockbuster movie to star an all Native American cast. That was great. Love that so much. And one of the things that went unnoticed, I guess, I really love Native American folklore and all the stories and all that stuff. Super underrated compared to, if you did like a world ranking on that stuff, I think it's super underrated. They mentioned the Thunderbird at one point, and that's a legendary creature in Native American tribes and all that stuff. So to have them think the rumbling in the sky when the ship appears is the Thunderbird was really awesome and a nice way to sort of blend sci-fi with mythology and folklore and all that stuff. I loved it. It was great.
They do, yeah, they do a lot of cool shit with the mythology and everything and making it work. The the only slight grievance that I genuinely have with it is I thought the axe with the rope thing was a little bit corny. I was like, okay, that's not necessarily working for me too much. Because I'm thinking about it. If she tried catching that and throwing it like that, she's gonna lose an arm. But that thing is going in her face, or she's losing a hand. Uh, but I hear a lot of people complaining, like, "Oh my gosh, female." It's the same thing, Oh, how could she take down a predator and all this other stuff? I'm like,
the
guys.
The point is, she's training to be a warrior, and the whole point of the Predator movies, at least the first one and this new one, if you go back to the original, the whole point is that you can have all the guns and muscle in the world. That's not going to solve things because look at what happened to that team.
Mm-hmm.
They all got freaking murdered, annihilated, and the Native American got his laugh stolen at the end.
Yeah, yeah.
And what did Arnold do at the end? He rid himself of all his weapons and had to use his brain, logic, ingenuity with the terrain around him to outsmart the predator. So that sort of fits the bill here with Prey as well. There, that it's not about this toxic masculinity and like the tough guys with all the weapons. It all comes down to outsmarting your opponent and finding a way to beat them, kill them, whatever. So this, I saw the memes. I know what people are referring to.
Yeah.
Like, oh, all these macho men, and then this little girl. Like, no, she kicked ass. Shut up. Shut up with your
Yeah.
nonsense. It's a fake movie about a damn alien. Come on.
And not only, I mean, not only that. Think of all the examples that we've had in classic films and stuff like that of just normal women,
Freaking Ridley in Alien.
strong, yes, but normal women at the time facing against insurmountable odds. The original Terminator, Sarah Connor.
Yep.
Sarah Connor is now iconic as being a badass. Of course, that's because of Terminator 2. Terminator 1 is a chase film where she is largely mostly a MacGuffin in that film.
Yeah.
That's largely what she is. She's just somebody there to run away from the Terminator that is coming to kill her. There's really not much to her character there. Terminator 2 is where Jim Cameron came back and said, this lady who has dealt with this trauma and she has survived it would make herself a badass and probably prepare herself because she knows her son is the future and all this other stuff, which would later go on to be used by a whole bunch of different films, including the last Halloween that was done 3 or 4 years ago, the good one. Not the last one, but the one before that.
Speaking of, oh yeah, I was expecting someone to call the Predator a Wendigo. That would have been fun. Predator. As soon as I saw the thing, the movie, I remembered there's an omnibus coming out. I kind of want that thing, but it got pushed back to December. But I am interested in getting that omnibus now. She took down the Predator by outsmarting it and using her medicinal knowledge. The other warriors just tried to brute force kill the Predator. Didn't work out so well for them.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Same with Alien and Aliens. Now, this is a very important question. We could do a whole show on this.
Wow.
Which Omnibro would end up the survivor in a Predator film scenario? Not me, because I stand up sometimes, and it's like the whole body goes into shock, like, oh, God. So I have no way to survive against a Predator. That sounds wrong.
That's a tough one.
I think it's either Gabe or you.
And this is not okay. I swear I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I agree with that. I think it would probably be either Gabe or I. I have, I don't, not that it would matter much, but I've had at least a little bit of martial arts training. I have, and I have owned a weapon. I do own a weapon, and I do know how to use it. I live in the state of Florida, so make of that what you will. Um,
Wait a minute, wait a minute. I love this. I can see Jess asking for peace and love to the predator. With peace and love, I got stuff to do, so go hunt somebody else.
I mean, I would die. I know I would die, but the longest out of all of us, I would put Gabe and me.
Because he's a ninja. Says
Yeah, Gabe and I.
Yeah. Riley, no chance. He literally was complaining earlier about eating flaming hot Lay's.
Yeah.
And how it burnt his mouth. So I don't think he would last against the predator. Same here. I would just be like, I accept my fate. Do what you will. Omar, I could see him putting up a fight and then losing. But yeah, the two of you. Did anyone read Predator #1 that came out today? I didn't know that came out.
I didn't know that came out today.
Now I got to read it. I'm in a Predator high, Aku. Let's do it. So they did ask the director, what about a physical media release for Prey? And I think they need like more word of mouth or more hype for that to happen. More people asking for it because they are interested in putting it out in physical media.
I would pray for a 4K steelbook of that Prey movie. Yeah, day one. I want that.
Yep. Any of you Boy Scout background? You need those skills. No, I don't.
No, that's enough for me.
No. I mean, if you need somebody to do like technological nonsense, like fiddle around with a computer to get something to fight against the big bad guy, I can probably help you out with that. But don't put me in a fight. Omar will fight the Predator in his most snazziest of suits. I can see that.
I can see that.
Which is why the Mary Sue arguments are dumb. The whole point of killing a predator is about using wits. Yeah.
You know, I love that Robert Rodriguez. I would love the Robert. I love the Robert Rodriguez Predator movie because like it has a great concept where you take the biggest, baddest criminals around the world and you dump them on the Predator homeworld and they have to fight them. I thought that was an awesome concept. It's a fun movie too, and you get Danny Trejo. And anytime I see Danny Trejo, I'm like, I love this even more.
And you get the cool scene of the Yakuza fighting with the samurai sword, with the katana, fighting against the Predator. And they have mutual respect for each other.
Yeah.
I'm like, hell yeah. This is the best thing about this damn movie. I loved it. I think it's super underrated.
I think it's fun. And it still holds up. It looks great. And now Robert Rodriguez introduces the fact that there are different subspecies of predator, that there are different versions of this that are stronger, faster.
Yeah. I think you would in fact survive, Lou, but only because Jess would nobly sacrifice himself a la Randy Quaid in Independence Day. I could see that happening too. Mm-hmm. Hello, boys. I'm back. And then...
Yeah, it's a shame what happened to Randy Quaid.
He went off the deep end.
Oh my crap! God, he is gone.
I've seen some of those videos.
Woo! Hey kids, if you were a fan of Randy Quaid in the '90s,
don't look him up now.
Don't look him up now. Just don't. It's better to keep him as you did back then.
Oh yeah. Speaking of the Predator, you can get the Predator Omnibus when it comes out at In-Stock Trades. Your home for all things collected editions. Get your Omnis, trade paperbacks, hardcovers, manga, and so much more. Up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts tack on an extra 2% to that. If you order $50 or more, you get free shipping, fantastic customer service, and wonderful packaging at InStockTrades.com. And let me remind you that on the final Monday, we're going to do a gift card giveaway valued at $50. So you can get some cool free books courtesy of In-Stock Trades. And, of course, Omnibros Live. Shout out to IST. Ooh, that's a cool scenario. Jess will beat the Predator to death with his Alf Omnibus.
I could see that. Be fun.
So yeah, am I missing anything news wise? I didn't look up
Um,
anything else.
Splatoon 3 looks fun.
Splatoon 3 looks amazing. I can't wait to play that thing.
I love Splatoon
Uh,
2.
it has great visuals and a great aesthetic that I love. And this new one just adds more to the formula. Wait,
How could you
hold
hate
on.
Splatoon? I don't get how you could hate that series. It's so much fun.
Yeah, I like that Nintendo say, "Oh, you want an FPS on our system? Fine." And then they dropped Splatoon. Like, here you go. And it turned out to be one of the most addicting um, games on the platform, on the Wii U and now on the Switch.
Yeah, I honestly don't think they expected it to be that big of a hit. They were like, "Oh, wait, what? This thing has caught fire." A lot of people really genuinely love it. I just love it because the events they always do in it are fun. They come up with cool concepts. It's like, hey, ketchup versus mustard or something like that.
Yeah.
It's always really fun events, and you get special gear and everything. They really know how to roll that stuff out really well for Splatoon, and they've been doing a great job. I just wish the Nintendo infrastructure was better for online.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of Splatoon, shoot. Dang it. Oh, it has one of the most interesting lores. It's super crazy, and I don't know all the details to it. I need to go back and play. I only have the second one, so I would need to watch stuff for the first one because I don't have a Wii U. But I need to replay the story mode on the second one because it's a lot crazier and deeper than people might think. Post-apocalyptic scenario. People have evolved, or yeah, evolved into whatever they are now. Crazy stuff. A couple more here. You guys will kill the predator like in the first one, but instead of a log, it will be a stag of omnis. I would take with me the JSA Omnibus. They're super thick. I would use the Conan the Barbarian, the first one for the
Colossal.
Colossal Conan. There you go.
Yep.
And the either the Fourth World or the Blackest Night Omnibus, which is like close to 1,700 pages.
That was when they
And
really
just
didn't give a fuck about
throw
it.
it at the
That
predator.
was that was when they really didn't give a fuck about how big an omnibus was. Those days.
I don't. Yeah, right now I don't think they would bother printing something like that. It
No.
was a product of its time.
Yeah.
Lou, did you read the Bible too?
No.
Not
No,
yet.
unfortunately, I have not, and that is a sin that I will need to correct.
I bet Omar has a stealth suit somewhere. Probably. Yeah. Omar would probably try and pull off the what's the show that he likes? The martial arts show. What is it?
Cobra Kai?
From Cobra Kai. He would try to do Cobra Kai moves against a predator and fail.
I can see that.
Lou, have you scored a copy of Heat 2 yet? And if so, are you loving it?
Um, I have not, and the only reason I haven't is because I'm still making my way through the Only Good Indians. But I will be picking up a copy. I'm getting a physical copy of that because I love the movie Heat,
You have to.
and
Yes.
I have to. I have to. I love the movie Heat, and the fact that Michael Mann, I think it's been almost 30 years now, something like that, has now come back and wrote a sequel to it is just fucking nuts to me. I can't wait to read it. I've heard it's great, which is the even more shocking thing that Michael Mann came back with another writer, and they were like, "No, he did a great interview with it a few days ago, saying these characters have lived with me for all this time, and I have never left this world, and I've wanted to tell this story for years, and I finally get a chance to do it." And I'm like, "Yeah, man! All the early reviews are saying it's fantastic. I can't wait. I love Heat. Have you seen it?
A long time ago.
Oh my god, dude,
Yeah.
it's so good."
ASM Nick Spencer and King in Black. That's super huge too. AVX and what is HOM? House of M?
Yeah,
House of I don't know. But I believe you. No, wait, Gio, the singer-songwriter to G Gundam passed away. Yeah, I saw that. It's super sad. A lot of veteran VAs in Japan also passed away recently. Relatedly, the color grading of the 4K apparently sucks, but fortunately, it still includes the copy. Of what?
Heat. He's talking about Heat.
Oh,
Yeah, the 4K for Heat came out this Tuesday. I haven't picked it up because I'm waiting for my first paycheck from this job. But
oh,
I will be picking that up right away. I adore the film.
oh, interesting. Okay, okay. Catching on. There's so much stuff to get and
Yeah.
buy and watch and read.
Oh man, watch this month alone. What are we getting? We're getting She-Hulk. I think we get House of Dragons this month as well.
did
And
did they show? Did they drop all of Sandman? Is that all out?
all of Sandman is out.
Okay.
And I think we get, if I'm not mistaken, Middle Earth comes out this month as well.
No, Middle Earth is next month.
Next month. Okay.
Yeah, September.
So, but Jesus, there is just way too much to watch. I saw
There's
the
a
first
lot.
2 episodes of Sandman, and I was impressed. I was genuinely impressed.
I have to admit, I've told you guys in the past, I never finished reading Sandman.
Mm.
I've only read like close to half. So I kind of want to finish reading it and then watch the show.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna talk about the show. I'm not gonna review it, in case you guys were wondering. That's why I didn't mention it tonight.
Dude, the first 2 episodes, I was like, God damn, he did it. At least based on the first 2 episodes. I
Yeah.
was genuinely impressed because I'm like, there's no way you could pull off the Sandman. It just can't be done on TV in a movie. I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, it seems like they did it.
Awesome. Got a couple more minutes, guys. 3 more minutes if you guys want to shoot any questions at us. Lou, where can people find you on the internet when you're not
You
here
can find
with
me.
us?
Oh, excuse me. Apparently in my bed pretty soon. You can find me at Comics Guide 101 on Twitter and Comics Guide 101 on YouTube, where there's an archive of a whole bunch of old videos that I did and stuff like that. But a lot of it is still pretty good.
There you go. Also, subscribe to the whatchamacallit, the where is it? Patreon.
Yeah.
When are you doing the next show for Patreon?
That would be next Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. Gabe and I are planning to do the Patreon next Saturday. I don't think we're going to be covering the second half of Hickman's Avengers run just yet, because I don't think Gabe has the other collected edition that he needs to finish that run out. But yeah, we're going to be, for $5 a month, you get to hang out with Gabe and I on a Saturday night. It's pretty cool.
Awesome. We got and you can find my channel. That's A Week in Geekdom, talking about anime and manga, and Geekdom Gaming, talking about video games. Subscribe if you can't. Help a brother out with those 2 channels. 5 more comments here, so we can wrap it up. James, August 18th, She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. August 21st, House of the Dragon. There you go. Back to back.
You know what? I get the hate for Game of Thrones and that final season. I don't have as much of a vitriolic hate as a lot of you out there for that final season. I thought it was just okay. It was rushed. But goddamn, those have you seen these trailers for House of Dragon? It looks great. Yeah. I'm so ready to go back to this universe.
Love Sandman. Never read it though. Wonder how many people that read it will review it. Yeah, I kind of want to do that because I started reading it and I forgot to finish. Mm-hmm. That's on me. I was lazy, so I kind of want to read the whole thing and then watch the show. And man, geez, I'm not an expert on these Blu-rays and 4Ks. It's crazy how many experts come out to criticize colors. They must have super acute and specialized vision. Man, it gets crazy in that world. I'm not super into that stuff, but it gets crazy. A lot of people have a fine-tuned vision for all that.
Well, I think it's more you want to respect the original artist's vision in a lot of ways, and throughout time, we've seen examples that we get different releases and they change the color grading on certain things. One of the most famous examples was the original Matrix film. For years, the original Matrix film has more of a blue tint to it.
Yeah.
But in subsequent DVD releases, to match the other two films that came out after it, they put a green kind of tint filter over that movie. And I think it wasn't until they dropped the 4K a few years ago that they restored the original blue tint to the movie.
Yeah.
So it gets deep. It gets deep like that.
We are currently having Harley, and it's awesome. Can't wait tomorrow for the new episodes. Last week's was hilarious. I need to check that out as well. Damn it. My only criticism of Sandman, Patton Oswalt took me out of the story. I can see that happening.
Yeah, I can see that.
Gia and Lou, just a reminder. Yes, please. Masaki Yuasa's Inuo drops theatrically this Friday. I cannot wait for that. Also, The Deer King comes out on Blu-ray in October, and I'm super excited about that movie.
Yeah.
We can talk about that at a later point in time. It's a really fancy anime movie that I recommend. So that's going to be it, because all the hype of me talking about Prey was great, but now I'm like over here and I'm just crashing down, so I got to wrap it up. I'm sorry. I wish I could go for another 30 minutes talking nonsense with you guys, but that ain't happening this time. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to the chat. You guys are great, as always. Thank you to my wonderful co-host, Comics Guide. You already mentioned, plugged your channel and all that stuff. Thank you to everybody watching later. Let us know what you thought of Prey, the wonderful I Am Groot short series, and all the other random stuff that we discussed on tonight's episode. We'll be back tomorrow with a manga-themed extravaganza. You don't want to miss that one. It's going to be great as well. So thank you, everybody. Stay safe. Catch you guys on the next video stream. If I can find that little thing, there it is. Like, subscribe, share the video, all that cool stuff. You know what to do.